Hey, playa, do you ever feel like life is just statistically working against you? That no matter how hard you try, you'll never be as successful as other people because of your race, your height, how much money you make, your status in life? Or do you ever feel like women just use and abuse nice guys? That statistically, you have no chance of succeeding because you're not excelling at all the things that I mentioned. If that's the case, if that's how you feel, then you might have been blackpilled. And that's something I want to talk to you about today because I think that there's a solution for this. I think there's a way to escape the harsh realities that a black pill brings you to.
This is the Josh Beats, you're watching the Josh Beat.
For those of you that are new here, my name is Josh, and every single week I make videos sharing tips, ideas, and stories teaching you how to be your best self. So if you want to learn and grow, hit the subscribe button and make sure to click on the notification bell. Some of you might be wondering, what exactly is the black pill? Well, if you've ever heard of the movie The Matrix, you might have heard of this red pill versus blue pill concept. Basically, to take the blue pill means to live in this manufactured reality, one that society has dictated for you with norms and traditions and customs that are said to always work out, but really actually don't. And that leads us to the red pill, which is to finally wake up, to see the matrix, to see the world for what it really is and how it actually operates. This blue pill, red pill concept tends to make its way into other facets of life, like dating for example. By taking the blue pill, you're assuring that by being a nice guy, sweet, caring, and loving all the time, that girl's gonna realize how awesome of a person you are and the two of you are gonna live happily ever after. But by taking the red pill, you're realizing that girls like guys with a bit of edge. Girls don't want a guy that they can walk all over, and you have to kind of be a bit of a jerk in order to get them to like you. And that's something I've talked about, balancing both of those types of characteristics, but the black pill is something totally different. The black pill is basically telling you that, listen, if you are a certain race, if you're not a certain height, if you're not making a certain amount of money, then you have no chance of dating. It's not even worth trying. You've given up on even just pursuing people, of trying to date them because you have no chance. Whoa, that's a harsh reality, don't you think? Well, some people actually believe that. They feel they've been blackpilled and there's no chance of recovery or return for them. But in this video, I want to walk you through what I think you can do to challenge that black pill narrative so you can actually find a path forward in life that you can be proud of. First off, one of the most common things I hear is that women and feminism are out to destroy society, destroy the world, and destroy the universe. But I think we should actually look deeper into how relationships have changed over the years, because one of the most common black pill arguments is that women only want guys because of their money and their success and their fame and their fortune, and that that's all they crave, but it's just not true. Dating and relationships have evolved over the years. At some point, the assets that a man offered mattered most, and the emotions that came with the connection between the two of them really didn't matter all that much. But nowadays, things have changed. Women are self-sufficient. Women can take care of themselves. They can provide for themselves. They can get jobs and go to school and pursue the careers that they want. So what they're looking for now is a more deeper emotional connection and less so much relying on a man and his assets. Now that concept does depend on where you live in the world, but I would say primarily here in the US, where women have access to those growth opportunities, they're not as focused so much on what can a man bring to the table for me. Now yes, there is some traditional thinking, people do still carry over those older ideas, but I think we have to really look deeper under the surface to understand what the root of it is. At the end of the day, what we all want in a relationship is a partner that cares about us. Someone that's gonna ask us how we're doing, that's gonna check in with us, that's gonna make us feel safe and secure in their presence. Now for some people that might be financially, for other people that might be more emotionally, for others it might just be in showing a curiosity and a genuine interest in who you are as a person. There's no standard way to care for someone. Each of us are unique in our own way, but what tends to happen in the black pill community is that they'll study the behavior of college girls, of 20-something-year-olds, of people that are in their lives looking for adventure and excitement and discovery for who they are. They're trying things out, they're testing things, they're learning about themselves in that process. But for some reason, the black pill community demonizes that. They look at it like it's bad behavior because they're not ready to settle down in a relationship, which is not true, because at the end of the day, all those behaviors are going to help shape the person and put them on a path to start to discover what they want and what they don't want in a relationship. A black-pilled person might believe that if a woman has had multiple partners throughout her life, has made bad decisions and good ones, or maybe even has a kid, then she's damaged goods. She's no good. She's gonna look for a sucker that's gonna take care of her kid and her because that's her main primary goal in life. Well, let me tell you this, if you think in generalities about women, then the specific answer you're looking for to solve your problem is never gonna be there. I've had so many conversations with people who say they've been black-pilled who tend to speak in these general terms without actually getting into their story. And I think the reason why they do that is because once we actually dive deeper into your personal stories, your shortcomings, your failures, your hardships, the things that you struggle with, then it actually becomes real. Then it actually becomes something you can work on and aim to solve. But if you stay in these general ideas that all women are bad because all women and most women and some women think like this, you're setting yourself up to lose. A lot of times, the reasons why a person isn't succeeding seem pretty standard across the board. It always seems to come down to looks, race, money, status, and height. If you feel like you lack the necessary criteria to succeed in all of those categories, or even some of those categories, then I think you're just really focusing on the things that you don't have control over when you should be focusing on what you actually bring to the table. For example, in the black pill community, if you're someone that's tall, you're rich, you're good looking, you're white, and you're popular, well then yeah, you're gonna have the cream of the crop. All the women in the world are gonna flock to you because you're the ideal person. And for everyone else that lacks that criteria, you're not gonna get anyone. You're doomed to suffer forever. And when I hear people speak like that, it makes me feel like you've taken your own insular little blue pill, because just looking around, you see that people of all ages and races and statuses and wealth are with each other. There isn't a standard across the board that's followed. Yes, maybe there's a Hollywood ideal type, but that's not reality. And if you want to shift the goalpost a little and say something like, well, maybe not all women are going to flock to guys like that, but most women want guys with some of those characteristics. So for me, someone who's Asian and short and not wealthy and not that good looking or isn't really that popular has a horrible chance of succeeding. And the thing is, depending on what society you live in, you might be right. Maybe you do have those disadvantages that are making it harder for you to succeed, but why are you spending all your time focusing only on your disadvantages and not trying your best to highlight the things that make you someone worth caring about? Why are you looking at your personality and saying, hey, I'm a really fun person to talk to, I'm really funny, I'm really interesting, and I'm really caring as an individual? Those are the positive things I bring to the table, and that's what I should highlight first and foremost. Now granted, your best qualities might not be something that's on full display as soon as they see you or meet you, but that's where confidence has to kick in. That's where you have to be confident in what you bring to the table so that they can believe in you to bring you in for a round two to learn more about you. Not to mention the fact that as humans, we tend to highlight our own negative aspects more than other people actually recognize them. So here's an example of that. Let's say you're talking to a girl and she rejects you because you're short, and she wants someone who's really, really tall. Well, you'll tend to believe that every girl you interact with moving forward wants a tall guy. Every single girl thinks that you're too short to date. And this is the problem with human psychology and just humans in general. We tend to take the negative opinion of one and we broadcast it onto everyone else. Think about making a YouTube video and getting one negative comment. You may get 100 positive ones, but you will hone in on that negative one because you feel like that person sees the truth and everyone else is just there to just stroke your ego. What this ultimately comes down to is practicing some semblance of self-love, of caring about yourself, caring about who you are and what you bring to the table. Recognizing that, yeah, certain things are out of your control, but you do have certain things within your control. You can work on your personality. You can work on your ambition and your drive and your focus in life. You can work on what you're passionate about and how you aspire to be in this world, who you inspire to help and care for. Those are all things that are within your power. And if you put those skills at the top, if you make those your priorities, yeah, then when a girl tells you that you're too short or you don't make enough money, you know deep down inside that her opinion should not dictate how you feel about yourself. I know some of you are just gonna outright dismiss everything that I said here because you feel like I don't understand how the world works, or I just don't get your personal story, and I understand that. I totally see where you're coming from. I can only speak from my experience, my thoughts, and my own experiences. But I will tell you something that I believe is consistent all throughout every single person out there. You are someone that matters. You are someone special, and what you have to bring to the table is something that no one has ever seen before. There's no one else in this world exactly like you. No one that has ever existed, and there's no one that ever will exist. So, bring your best self forward. Show the world what makes you you, and be proud of who you are. Don't let others dictate how you should be, because you have what it takes to be somebody great. I truly, truly believe that. Now, I want to hear exactly what you think, so sound off in the comments down below. If you think I'm full of it, I'm totally wrong, let me know. If you want to share your personal experience through your life, why you've been blackpilled, why you feel like dating and life is just working against you, leave a comment and let me know. I'd love to hear your story and talk to you about it. On that note, I want to give a huge shout out to all my patrons and YouTube channel supporters. These are the people that help the channel grow. Plus, if you're someone that wants to talk to me one-on-one through video chat, to share your story, to get my advice, my opinion, or just to have someone to hear you out, check out the link to Patreon down below. I think it'll be super, super helpful for you. Now, what I also want you to do is to check out the resources over there on the side. Those videos are going to break down more black pill, incel, MGTOW type of concepts, things that I've talked about along the way, me sharing my opinions. I think it'll be super helpful for you. It's worth checking out. So check out the video, check out the playlist, and I will catch you guys next time. As always, love and peace.